The alarm went off.
Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen, but what's up, everybody, and welcome back. My name is You, and it's the only unusual thing in my life. So yes, we left off with chapter 3 last time. I've been making some really good choices. I've been progressing the story. Let's see if I can make it all the way to the end. I don't know how many more chapters there are left, but well, we'll find out as I play this game. The alarm went off, he says. Ugh, don't you hate it when alarms go off? Because you're just in a nice, peaceful sleep, and then all of a sudden, ring! And you're like, ugh, why am I up?
You faced a new day, with weakness in his legs and a throbbing headache.
Well, I wouldn't say much. I wouldn't say much about the aching in my egg or the weakness in my legs. Well, there are days I come home and I do have my legs are kind of dragging, and there are days I end up with throbbing headaches.
All night long, he had been haunted by a painfully familiar nightmare.
Is it work?
However, when he woke up, all tangible images dissolved, leaving only a nasty precipitate.
Imagine dreaming about work. You'd be drained 24/7. That would be a true horrible nightmare.
His body led him to the kitchen in search of caffeine.
Ah, yes, the source that boosts the body with energy.
Despite the early hours, he found his boss there.
So wait, did he? Wait, time out. Did you walk to the kitchen in this house and his boss is there? Or is he at work right now? Did they just shift him over to work, like scene cut, kind of?
How are you feeling?
Dead.
You heard the question, but ignored it because of his sleepy state.
You're never you until you've had your morning caffeine.
How difficult is it to answer?
You try waking up feeling like that. You're just dragging and you only have one thing on your mind as you walk towards your goal.
You was pleased to hear the words of concern, even coming that way.
I don't see that as concern.
I'm sorry, Father.
Oh, so his boss is his father. Interesting.
A cup in Yu's hand inevitably filled with bloody coffee.
Ah, good cup of joe. Just, I don't like coffee though. I'm not a coffee person, honestly.
You look like shit.
Looks like, feels like, definitely am.
I feel like it.
That's the norm.
I do not want to lose my last son. Even someone like you.
His last son? What happened to the other sons? And how many were there?
His father had his old wool suit on and was about to leave for work.
Oh, okay, I get it now. So, his father's the boss. I didn't understand that just a moment ago. There are families out there, I'm sure, whose parents are the managers and they have to work under them.
You do not have to go to the office today. Get some rest.
But that would take hours away from getting paid, right? Oh, I gotta choose. Workaholic. Sorry. When is there ever any time for rest, honestly?
You did not tell anyone about this, but I am going to tell you confidentially.
Okay.
He believed that the disease manifested itself most fiercely when he went to bed.
I think I made a good choice, yes.
That was why you did not like sleep.
Sleep is for the weak anyway. There's so much to do in a day.
His night fantasies became crazier with time. Every dream seemed to him a step closer to insanity. In order to control himself, he regularly looked at his hands and at the clock hands.
TikTok.
He walked out of the door and noticed a stranger near the opposite house. That stranger was an identical copy of you, as if his long-lost twin.
Oh, you mean you had, like, the same facial structure features that you has? Because there are people out there that, you know, look exactly like you. Not you, the character, but you, the person, the actual people in real life.
You froze and watched him.
Stare.
The door was half open, and he saw a pretty girl and a little boy, probably the same age as the kid, behind it. The newly appeared copy of you smiled, said goodbye to his family, and disappeared.
Never to be seen again. Spy on a double, go to work. Why would we want to spy on this you look-alike? Just don't mind that guy, just go to work, dude.
You like to alter his route to work every now and then. He would walk through the park, or that patio, or the arch, by which he used to run so often. All that in order to somehow distinguish between days. Otherwise, everything merged into one endless stream.
Yeah, you know, switch it up every now and then, you know. You live every day in the norm. It's good to change it up a little bit. Look at new things as you walk. You know where I'm going with that.
He remembered that it was the last working day before the holiday when he came up to the office door.
Oh, well, I wonder which holiday it is. I forgot if it was mentioned.
Entering the office, you noticed that Frank was not there. He grinned at that maliciously for some reason.
Probably because Frank won't go through his diary.
He found a new batch of documents on his table.
It's time to work, you.
Pinning his name tag on his jacket, you got to work.
No, I don't. I'm just making jokes equipped on the name.
The work did not take as much time on the last working day.
I like it when things go a bit more smoothly.
He easily sorted out insurance files and, like a clerical deity, decided the client's fate, deciding who was to receive payments and who had mutilated himself with the purpose of deception.
I don't quite get that. I guess in a way someone injured themselves in order to get payments. So in a way it's kind of a deception. Is that what I'm getting at? Or is that
Having gone through most of the papers, he came across an extremely familiar storyline. Insurance form, life insurance, Form 42, fractures, serious illness, and death. Insurance does not cover self-inflicted injuries, self-inflicted infection, or suicide.
I have to agree on that. Insurance shouldn't have to cover people who purposefully hurt themselves just to get, payments out of that. I guess in a way that would be illegal. And plus, what if they have families, if they decide to kill themselves through suicide? They don't think things through, honestly. Because then that family probably wouldn't get that payment, all that coverage of insurance. So basically, killing yourself means you're screwing the rest of your family over.
Date of insurance, March 29th. Date of death, April 5th.
Okay.
Insurance sum, 203,500 coins. Salary, 15,000 coins.
I'm trying to think about that in my head.
The client was an insurance agent. He bought a train ticket, later to be found under its wheels. Witness testimonies varied. According to some testimonies, he was pushed down onto the track. According to the other, he stumbled. Since the gap between the date of insurance and the date of death was so small, there was a note in the file indicating a suspected suicide. All risks were borne by the office that makes the final decision.
Who knows what really would have happened? I mean, if he was pushed, would insurance be able to cover that? If it was an accidental death or a death caused by somebody else. I'm hurting my brain trying to think about this. I'm moving on. Okay. This is where it's going to... Okay, so... What are the odds that he actually purposefully stumbled just to commit suicide? I mean, if it's just one person, if he was living by himself, then exactly what good would that do? I mean, he's dead. He ain't gonna get anything out of that. But anyway, if he had a family, what I just mentioned, if it was an accidental death, yeah, I guess I can see the rest of the family getting paid insurance, through coverage and all that, or maybe insurance, or maybe in the way that insurance, covers how they handle his death. I don't know. This game is really making me think. But, sorry, but I'm going to have to decline because something just seems a little off about that. Oh, I hope I'm making the right choice.
You refused the insurance payout, figuring he had guessed the man's motives correctly.
Well, we'll find out.
What guided him when making such a decision? Did he evoke his sense of justice, arrogance, selfishness, or maybe envy?
There can be a lot of reasons, but I think for the majority of people who try to commit suicide, it's a sense of just like wanting to do it. They don't have to have a reason, honestly. They can just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this so that insurance can do me right. Or maybe thinking that insurance will do how they handle his death right, but if the person doesn't have the insurance, then I don't know how what that would entail.
His desktop got empty. He completed his work earlier than planned. Yet, he was dissatisfied.
Why?
He felt that he had missed something.
What?
Not knowing what to do with himself, he went to his boss's office.
You mean his father's office?
He politely knocked a couple times on the door and appeared before his father.
Come in, my son. I am the godfather of the office.
Where's Frank? What happened to him, by the way? I'm gonna choose the top option. Maybe because I don't like cutting hours.
Is there anything else to do?
Oh, you sound like a whiny brat, bratty teenage here, in a way.
If you have processed the final papers, then you need to fill out the statements.
See? Good thing I didn't choose to go home.
Yes, I have. Wait, has your holiday just started? Look at the time. It is the end of the workday. You can go.
Thank you. I'll see you at home, Dad.
I would like to help some more.
Oh, yeah! You... What a trooper. I mean, what else is you going to do after getting home? He's just going to sit around, just alone in his thoughts. Even though it doesn't really make a difference where he's at, honestly.
Look at you. You could use some help yourself. Maybe this will help. He mumbled to himself, picking up a folder with the statements and walking out.
Okay, so is he going to do the statements? Oh. Oh yeah. I guess I got a good ending in this. Workaholic man. Oh. I like this song. It's upbeat. Frank Fernandez. Whatever happened to Frank? I want to know that. Where did Frank go? Russian voice. Maxim Makarevich. Well. Okay. You. Played by you. Or me, rather. I don't know, I'm confused. Okay. Well, I guess I reached the end with that. Shorter than what I remembered, but hey, it works. So, this was kind of an interesting game. There's a lot to think about with this. He was quite an interesting character, but then again, I guess in a way you represent, people in real life, because like he wakes up, he goes to work, he's just basically your everyday workaholic, and he thinks he lets his mind wander into dark thoughts. There are plenty more alternative endings that I can go through. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments below. And I'll play those as maybe a compilation bonus video or something. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this game series, please comment and share, and don't forget to subscribe to see more in the future. And I'll catch you all later.